As the scene opens, the entire class has focused on two people. Oh, there's a goddess here. Class 1A really hit the jackpot. Wow, that person is so cool. The main character, Magi Fukasaku, thinks. People are already gathering around them. And it's amazing how he can talk to such a beautiful girl without getting nervous. Those two will probably become the center of the class, he muses. Meanwhile, he notices a woman with beautiful pink blossom hair. This is the story of the childhood friend of the popular people and how they met. Anyway, let's start it. Someone asks Magi, "How's school going? Have you gotten used to it?" He replies, "I wonder." The name Magi Fukasaku. I think people have remembered it. Oh, well then, why don't you just go ahead and get yourself a girlfriend? His sister teases. No, sister, stop joking around, he says. She laughs. But I think you'd be popular, Fukasaku. You're good at reading the room, and you're kind. I don't really get things like romance. Besides, everyone thinks I'm like a shrine. There's no way I could be popular, he replies. That's so naive, she exclaims. A girlfriend is different from a romantic partner or a female friend. You don't understand these subtleties, do you? Yes, yes, he mutters, brushing her off. But I'm going to school now. Don't be late for your work either, she calls after him. Okay, see you later, shrine, he says, leaving her wondering what he meant by that. In the classroom, people are talking. After about a month of being together, everyone's roles have become clear. For example, his childhood friend and best friend, Fujisaki Yoshia, is the classroom's main character. He's a refreshingly handsome guy who could be an actor and has already made it to the first string in a basketball club. They say he's going to be key in making nationals. Everyone loves him. Even today, fans are coming from other classes. There's one more main character in the class, a natural-born idol, Yuri-san. In the middle of the school year, she posted a dance video on social media, and it went viral. She has a huge following and is quite famous. Despite being such a perfect, elite girl, she always greets everyone in the morning. Not just him, but everyone else too. Magi's heart flutters after hearing her voice, and he stumbles slightly. Good morning, she says with a friendly personality that extends to everyone. Naturally, most of the guys are attracted to her. Within days of starting school, she jumped to become the #1 school idol, the girl everyone wants to date. Magi admires her a bit too. The other classmates could be called supporting characters surrounding these two. I'm one of them, Magi thinks, but right now, I have a slightly strange role. A couple of girls gather around him, asking, Magi, would a sports towel be okay for his birthday present? Of course, he says. It'd be fine, I think. Maybe avoid pink or patterns, something like that. Oh, I see. He might get teased by the others. Thanks. I hope your blessing works, they reply. This is Magi's role, being everyone's love consultant, known as the Fukasaku Shrine. It started right from the beginning of school when the popular girl, Yuri-san, greeted him, taking his name. He responded, Fukasaku, and she said, "You have such a lucky name." The world-famous Yuri-san sparked it all. Some guys jokingly prayed to him and had successful love encounters, and that's really how it began. As the rumor spread, the visitors increased. Pray for me next, they'd say, snapping a photo. It brings good luck. Might have to skip lunch today again. Magi thinks. His best friend, Fujisaki, approaches. Hey, you guys Fukasaku hasn't eaten. Do it later. Of course, you should think about others' feelings. That's how love works better, you know? The girls laugh. When a #1 guy student on a date says it, there's nothing we can say back. So true. Magi thanks him, but Fujisaki says, yeah, must be tough every day. Aren't you having trouble? It's fine, Magi replies. I can give love advice, even if it's just from what I've heard from my sister. I see. Well, take it easy. Thanks, anyway, Fujisaki says. Magi nods. I'd be in trouble if more people gathered around. I should go home or somewhere else. He notices Yuri-san looking toward him and thinks about finding a place with fewer people. I'll try the roof, he decides. There, he sees someone who looks like they just got rejected by the popular kid, his best friend, Fujisaki. You got confessed to in this short time, didn't you, you son of a gun? Magi thinks. Fujisaki brushes it off, saying, there's no chance with you, and the girl moans about it. Everyone thinks those two are quite a good match. It's always been like this, Magi reflects. Everyone falls for him. No one ever falls for me. Then he notices something. The girl with the blossom pink hair is sleeping on the stairs. Oh, is that Yusuba-san, he wonders. She's never in the classroom during lunch, so this is where she was. She's asleep. Should he try not to wake her? But as she opens her eyes and notices him, she tries to hide her face, embarrassed. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, Magi says. I was just looking for a place to eat. How do you know my name? She asks. Well, we're in the same class, so that's it, he explains. She nods, accepting it. Suddenly, a strong wind blows through the rooftop door. The window is open, I guess, Magi thinks as she shivers from the cold. Noticing her discomfort, he says, just wait a minute, I'll solve the problem. He grabs a bench, startling her a bit. Here we go, he says, climbing onto it. I can't close it otherwise, he mutters, struggling with the balance. It's hard to stand up. I could have used Fujisaki's help with this. But then Yusuba-san steps up, holding the bench steady. I'm holding it. I definitely won't let go, she says. Magi thanks her, embarrassed, and together they close the window. Thank you very much, Fukusaku, she says, using his name. You know my name too? He asks, thanking her back. Of course, she replies. It's an awkward encounter, but they both giggle about it, a cool moment. Well then, I'll be going, he says, putting the bench back. With this wind, I can't eat outside, so I'll go somewhere else. You were here first anyway. No, that's not it, she tries to say, but he interrupts. No, sorry for interrupting your relaxation time. This is our first time talking. I wonder if she thought I was weird. She stands there blushing, thinking, as I thought, he's quite kind. On the soccer field, people are playing. Yuri-san and Yusuba-san stand near a tree. The kids nearby blabber. Those two are childhood friends, I hear, the goddess and the gloomy girl. What a grand difference. Magi thinks that's so rude. Yusuba-san is just a bit shy. That's all. She glances at him, her feminine and lovely gestures making his heart thump. Even though she's such a nice person, he muses. Meanwhile, Fujisaki and the popular crowd are playing. Why am I getting worked up about it? Magi wonders. Those two are like a side of me. Maybe I'm protecting my feelings. As Fujisaki scores a goal, playtime ends, and everyone compliments him. Can't have a game without you. Every girl squeals, including Yuri-san. Magi, standing behind like a lackey, thinks both of them are looking toward Fujisaki. Of course, he's a good guy. I know that better than anyone. Fujisaki gives him a pat on the back and a kind word, while Yusuba-san watches, thinking, Fukusaku's nice. No shot came my way since we were on offense the whole time, Magi reflects. He notices Yusuba-san looking at him. Back in the classroom, someone says, all things worked out with Mizumi-kun from class 2? Yes. Good luck. The shrine work is at its peak today, too. Guess today's love consulting is over. I should head out, Magi decides. But someone pats him on the back. It's Yuri-san. Magi Fukusaku, can I talk to you? She asks. Startled, he stammers her name. Yuri-san? Yes, I have something to talk about. What you were just doing, the Fukusaku shrine visit thing, you know? He looks at her, remembering how everyone comes to him to pray for love. The only reason she'd come to me is to ask advice about confessing to Fujisaki, he assumes. The most popular girl in school, Yuri-san, seeking help from the Fukusaku shrine to win the #1 boy. As she starts to speak, he cuts in, sorry, but I can't listen to that story. She hesitates, confused, as he grabs his bag. No, I have somewhere to be today. I really have to go. He rushes out of the class, leaving her alone, embarrassed and a bit distressed. Walking home, Magi reflects. Running away is the worst thing I could have done. It's worse than lying. The girl everyone admires likes my best friend. I should be happy about it, but I just can't accept it. Then he spots Yusuba-san, the pink-haired girl. I wonder if talking to her would be a bother right now. I don't feel like talking either, he thinks. But then he notices something alarming. She's being groped by someone on the train. Seeing her twitch, he thinks, a molester? Why now? Could it be because she's timid and doesn't raise her voice? Or is she targeted for such a selfish reason? Unforgivable. I have to help her quickly. But he realizes, if I make a scene here, everything will be exposed about her, and that'll make her suffer more. But I can't pretend I didn't see it. I don't want to disappoint myself anymore. What should I do? Determined not to let her hurt more, he shouts, "Excuse me." She looks at him as he says, "My friend is over there. So could you let me pass through?" "Oh, sure." Everyone says, parting. They're like us before we started dating. So cute. Magi reaches her, saying, "Stay over there. I'll be there in a minute." "Yes," she replies softly. He glares at the man who is molesting her, covering her protectively. "It's okay now," he assures her as the train reaches the station. He plans to report it to the staff later. "Thank you very much," she says. "Not at all," he replies, thinking she's very close. Embarrassed, he adds, "Sorry, I'm so sorry." As the next station, Toyota, approaches, he says, "I need to get off here anyway." She's speechless, but then grabs him slightly. "Wait a moment," she says. He turns back, surprised. "By all means, I want to talk to you if you don't mind right now." "How about something?" she suggests. Blushing, he replies, "If you're okay with me, of course." "Let's go." They head to a restaurant and order food. Taking a bite, Magi thinks it's so delicious and bearable, really. "It's really delicious," he says aloud. She's munching too, gulping it down. "Sorry, I have a sweet tooth," she admits. He laughs, and she protests, "Don't laugh at me." As they finish, she thanks him again. Confronting a molester takes a lot of courage. "Of course. I'm glad to help you," he says. "I lack courage, though. Earlier, I ran away from a girl I admired. Yusubisan, do you know about Yokosuka Shrine?" "Yes," she nods, although there's no basis for it. "The girl I admire was there earlier, and I ended up running away. I was really pathetic too," he confesses. "Me as well," she says. He's puzzled, but she continues, "I'm always nervous and can't properly talk to my classmates, which is pathetic." "Me too," he admits. "I've always used small talk because I was relentlessly scared of people. I understand. If I don't start with something, the words won't come out. It's always been like this, a line-making mechanism." "I get it too," she says. "When did it start?" "When did it start?" he echoes. "The world is such a scary place, I think. The root of lacking confidence might be fear. Being disliked by others, especially by people you admire, is scary. Tomorrow, I have to apologize to her. I mean the famous girl." "Crap," he says aloud accidentally. "That's good," she replies. "Earlier, that was my best friend." "No point hiding it," he sighs. "It might be too much for me, and you might laugh, but I admired her a little. She's so sparkly. I won't laugh at you. I'm in a similar situation," she says. "A similar situation? Oh, is that person Fujisaki my best friend?" he guesses. She coughs, startled. "What?" "I was watching you today on the field," he explains. "You were looking toward him. If it's okay, I'll support you to get together with him." "No," she says quickly. "He's a good, amazing person, but I was looking at someone else." It wasn't him. She doesn't admit it was Magi, saying only, "It's different." "Okay, if you're this flustered, it must be true," he thinks, then says, "I don't need to know. I don't need to date Yuri-san or anything. I just want to look into her eyes and talk normally without being nervous or stuttering. If I could talk confidently, that's it for me." "Me too," she agrees. "Even if it's with the boy I like, without looking down, clearly conveying my feelings. I think it'd be great if I could be like that." "I see," he says. "Maybe she and I are alike. Our goals are almost the same." He smiles. "Hey, if our goals are the same, why don't we help each other?" She looks confused, so he clarifies, "Let's help each other in practice. I'll practice talking to the classroom goddess, and you'll practice talking to the classroom god." Blushing, she says, "Good. Not just with Fujisaki-kun. If I could talk normally with anyone, it'd be wonderful." "With anyone?" he repeats. "Being able to talk confidently. I want to be like that too. Let's become normal together." She flushes but shakes his hand. "All right, nice to meet you, Magi." "Likewise, nice to meet you too," he replies. His first female friend. Not just any friend, but what his sister might call a girlfriend. A scene of a bath unfolded before her eyes. A mobile phone and speaker rested nearby, along with a hand sweeping the handle. A large pool came into view, and in it, a pink-haired girl was bathing, lost in thought about how much had happened that day. She glanced at her hand, blushing as she looked at it, then laughed, squeaking her body like a kid. Magi Kuin's hand. I finally held it. She giggled to herself, squirming in embarrassment. I talked with him until my voice went hoarse. I don't need to date Kureha-san or anything. I just want to be able to look her in the eyes and talk normally without being nervous or stuttering. If I could talk confidently. These words from the main character echoed in her mind. Words unlike anything she'd heard before. I in her memories. There were only people who wanted to get close to her best friend, even offering to pay her to stay away or help them get her number. She thought to herself, he doesn't want to date her, maybe not even be her friend. He just wants to be able to talk to her while looking into her eyes. Magi Kun is probably the first person to say something like that to me. What a small wish. A wish, she mused, as her phone chimed with a message. She splashed the water and ran toward it, checking the screen. It was her best friend. From the chat, it looked like she'd been crying, typing, "Something's off today." Magi Kun was avoiding me. The pink-haired girl blushed, thinking, you don't have to worry about it. She wanted to tell Magi Kun about this, but she knew Yuvi-chan wouldn't want her blabbering about it to him. It seemed something was brewing between these two female friends and the main character. Putting down her mobile, she thought back to the day she first met Magi-kun, Fukusuk, as she called him. I can still vividly remember that day, she mused. I want to tell you one day, you'll have a bigger impact on the people around you than you think, Fukusuken. The scene shifted to the main character, who was having breakfast, munching on his food. Let's become normal together, he recalled her saying. Now, he thought about her. What is normal? What should I do specifically to be that? His sisters noticed his distraction. What's wrong with you, they asked. He brushed it off, saying, yeah, it's nothing. I was just wondering what normal is. His sister, slurping her drink, mused. Philosophy this early in the morning? She looked at her brother. Have you found something to devote yourself to in high school? His expression changed suddenly. Maybe, he replied. His sister beamed with happiness. I should first apologize to Kureha-san, he added. His sister, puzzled, asked, who's that? He grinned. A goddess. She rolled her eyes, thinking of shrines and the Statue of Liberty. Today's students are so global, she muttered at T-School. The main character pondered. Even though I said that, how should I apologize? He glanced over and saw the girl sitting right there. She must feel awkward too. I should be the one to talk to her, right? He looked at her, but hesitated, thinking, I can't do it. This is too embarrassing. I could die of embarrassment. He started some morning exercises, breathe in, breathe out, as someone approached. What are you doing? They asked. Maybe I should do it after school, he replied. His attention shifted to a boy named Akiyama-kun. It's just morning exercise, the main character said, but Akiyama-kun seemed hesitant. I recommend you do it too, he teased. Please, Akiyama-kun replied, and they exercised together. The main character thought, what am I even doing? I should go talk to her. She stared back at him. Why is she looking this way? He couldn't understand, but her face seemed hesitant. Then, blushing, she walked toward him. To him, it felt like an atomic bomb had gone off. Even Akiyama-kun was surprised. What? No, what was that? I thought my heart would stop beating. What kind of exercise is that? The four-eyed Akiyama-kun asked. The main character stammered. Am I going to talk to the goddess? I can't do it. Absolutely not. Shut it. Shut your knees too. I've never seen that kind of exercise, Akiyama-kun continued. The pink-haired girl entered the classroom. The main character, still in his predicament, locked eyes with her. She blushed cheerfully, greeting him with a bright yes. His surprise, or rather his hesitation, melted away. He approached the popular girl and called out, Kureha-san. Startled, she rose from her bench. Their eyes met as he bowed and apologized. Sorry for ignoring you and going home yesterday. She blushed, covering her mouth, and it seemed she accepted it. Don't worry about that. I'm sorry for bothering you suddenly, she replied. A murmur spread through the room. Not at all what he'd expected. The pink-haired girl remembered the text her friend sent last night and pondered something while the main character and Kureha-san talked. If you want to talk, we can do it after school or something, he suggested. Well, in that case, now is fine, she replied. He blinked. Now? Is that okay, Kureha-san? I wouldn't want everyone thinking I like you. She apologized. I wanted to say sorry about the Fukusuk shrine comment. I said it's a lucky name, and it seems to have triggered something. Fujisaki-kun said it too. I've been feeling bad, thinking I caused you trouble. Oh, so that's what happened yesterday, he realized. No, don't worry about it. It's not your fault at all, he reassured her. She blushed, embarrassed. Really? Her eyes shimmered, and he thought, she's so cute. Of course not. No trouble at all, he added that a friend approached from behind. Don't worry about it. Fukusuk won't get mad over something like that, he said. Both the main character and Kureha-san were startled. The friend continued. That's why everyone relies on him too much. Another boy, Inoue-kun, joined in. Hey, Magi, he stammered, then added, sorry, I got carried away and talked too much. The main character thought. Come to think of it, Inoue-kun was the first, right? He got a girlfriend after I blessed him. His best friend chimed in. Well, if Fukusuk is a shrine, I should offer some money. Kureha-san looked flustered. Everything seemed resolved, even with Inoue-kun adding, yeah, I'll treat you to lunch next time. Me too. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. The main character marveled, what's going on? Everyone's being so nice to me. The pink-haired girl thought to herself. That was nerve-wracking. The main character glanced at her, realizing, oh, right. I need to thank Yusuba-san too. She leaned against the bench, and he mused. Thus, our alliance achieved its first victory. As the first period ended, the pink-haired girl smiled. It went well, didn't it, Magi-kun? Yeah, he replied, thanking her. Even her little wiggle caught his heart. Still curious, he asked. This morning, our eyes met, and she winked at me. Does she do that often? She laughed. Oh, that? It might be UV-chan's habit. When she gets nervous, she unconsciously winks. He nodded. That's an adorable habit. Now he understood it didn't mean anything special. You know her well, as expected of a childhood friend, he said. She puffed up a bit. UV-chan is my senpai. After all, she laughed, then suggested, let's eat lunch over there. He thought, to think she cares about someone like me and has the courage to apologize even when nervous. Kureha-san is really good. I admire her. Then he said, next is Yusuba-san's turn to talk to UCI. She squirmed. But I don't have any confidence talking face-to-face with the school's superstar. It'll be fine, he reassured her. I'll introduce you, so just chat casually like, what did you have for breakfast? She hesitated. Is that really a good topic for a first meeting? He chuckled. You're right. If someone suddenly asked about my breakfast, it'd be weird. Sorry, I'm not great at socializing either. To get along, we need something in common. She nodded. Then what are some of Fujisaki's hobbies? He thought for a moment. Probably basketball, collecting sneakers. She frowned. I don't know much about those. That'll be awkward. Anything else? He paused, then asked, what are your hobbies? Maybe we can find a topic there. She hesitated, blushing. Well, I shouldn't say I'm a fan, but I watch a lot of anime and read manga. His eyes lit up. I've watched a ton of anime too. I check out the first episode of every new series each season. Startled but excited, she joined in. Yeah, there's so many good shows this year. They chatted about anime for a while, then realized they'd gone on too long. But talking to me won't help, right? He said. She added, besides that, I also watch VTubers. I used to be one myself. He blinked in surprise. But I couldn't keep up talking to myself or interacting with comments, so I closed the channel, she explained. He nodded. I don't think I could do that either. The conversation stalled. So he asked, do you read manga too? Yes, she replied. Now that I think about it, my best friend reads a lot of basketball manga, he said. I've read some famous ones too. She brightened. Looks like we found a topic. Let's talk about that after school. They agreed, both nervous but excited. He realized, she's really nervous. I was the same way a few hours ago. He thanked her. This morning, when I went to talk to Kureha-san, seeing you made my legs stop shaking. I realized how reassuring it is to have someone on my side. My best friend is a good guy, so don't worry. I'll be there for you too. She tensed, then said, yes, blushing with embarrassment. He smiled as her turn approached. All right then, let's talk about anime for the rest of the time. Sounds good? She suggested. My favorite this season is this and that. It looked like they were bonding quite well. Another day ended, and it looked like the end of class as everyone left. We observed the main character asking his best friend, UCI, if he could have a moment. UCI was rambling on about his club activities when he looked at the main character, calling him out. Fukusuku, what's up? Don't tell me you're thinking of joining the basketball club. Fukusuku said, Oh, that's not it, waving toward someone. It was none other than Yusuba-san, who wanted to talk to UCI. As she started speaking, she was very hesitant, with no words coming out, only light signs of nervousness from her mind and mouth. The main character and UCI looked at her, and the main character thought, Hang in there, Yusuba-san. Somehow, with a blushing face, she said, Nice to meet you. I'm Usuba Amari. She was the only nervous one there. UCI replied, Oh, nice to meet you. I am Fujisaki Yusei. She was quite speechless. The main character said, Say nice to meet you is weird. We're classmates, you know. He laughed, and UCI asked, So, what do you want to talk about, Yusuba? She was hesitant and nervous, glancing at the main character. He nodded, giving her reassurance. With a squeaky voice, she said, I heard from Magi-kun that you're knowledgeable about basketball manga. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to know. Hearing this, UCI said, Oh, basketball manga? I've read quite a bit. With this response, Yusuba's nervousness seemed to ease. She looked at the main character again, who gave her a victory sign, thinking, just as planned. UCI said, Well, the manga are all good, but if I had to pick one, it would be the main character thought we planned for this, you know, slam dunk, a super masterpiece manga set in shonen. Looking at Yusuba's expression, she seemed happy, and the main character thought, It looks like Yusuba-san knows it too. That's right. If I can cleverly act like Kuriko, I might be able to take those two on a pilgrimage date to the railroad crossing. He had made up his mind. UCI said it's slam dunk, yeah? At first, Yusuba thought this was the same manga they practiced, but then she realized it was something else. UCI blabbered, It's about a guy from the basketball club who becomes a popular slime basketball player, this and that. The main character's reaction was, What is that? While trying to keep the conversation safe. He said, That sounds interesting, doesn't it, Yusuba-san? But looking at Yusuba, she was a totally confused girl with no communication skills. Now, without any protection, he thought, This isn't the manga we expected, and now she's trembling like a slime. I need to step in here. He called out, By the way, what do you like, Yusuba-san? She was hesitant, surprised by the question, and started stammering, Wow, you know I like Kuriko's basketball. UCI shimmered, saying, Oh, Kuriko? It's great, right? She tried to move forward, still stammering, Yes, yeah, I'm a fan of Sabakaku. They started conversing. I like that too. Since we play the same position, really, that's convenient. The conversation picked up, and the main character thought, I just feel like I'm in the way as they're having a wonderful conversation. Suddenly, he was tugged from behind. This squeeze came from none other than Yusuba-san, who seemed to want him to stay. UCI was blabbering about how the match between Sabalenka and Kuriko was intense. Yusuba looked flustered, saying, Don't go. The main character thought, Huh? Don't you want to be alone with him? Are you still feeling anxious about it? At that moment, someone approached from behind, none other than Kureha-san. She said, Hey, what are you talking about? The main character, looking at her, was surprised, gasping for breath as he said, frustratedly, Kureha. The attention of UCI and Yusuba turned to him as they all started conversing. Kureha said, Oh, it's Kureha? Hey, what do you mean by that? You too. When did you become friends? The main character said, Well, come to think of it, you're right. You two are close, huh? Even UCI thought the main character and Yusuba were quite close. The main character said, Yes, yesterday we bumped into each other on the train and talked. Yusuba nodded gracefully, then squeaked with tears in her eyes, saying, For Amari-chan to open up like this, you're quite amazing, Magi-kun. The main character was speechless, while Kureha said, That's great. I'm glad for you, Amari-chan. It looked like time was up. The main character thought, Is it really that big of a deal? Yusei noticed the time and said, Sorry, Yusuba, I need to get to my club activities soon. Let's talk again sometime. Korea said, What? It's that time already? Just when things are getting good? I have to go to cram school too. She turned to Magi-kun and said, Can I borrow your ear for a moment? He was surprised as she got close and whispered, Please take good care of Amari-chan. Seriously, she's a very sweet girl. The main character couldn't understand but nodded, saying, Oh, yeah, of course, staggeringly. Kureha gave him a shush signal and said, Thanks, then left, saying, See you both tomorrow. The main character was speechless, his heart thumping, thinking, That was a surprise. I didn't expect Kureha to show up. He looked at Yusei and Yusuba. She was speechless, and, as he said her name again, she fell onto his shoulder, shocking him. He started saying, What's wrong? Are you okay? She was feeling dizzy, her vision blurry, and with a scream, she was on the ground. After some time, the school infirmary released her. She thanked them by bowing, and the main character asked, Are you all right, Yusuba-san? She said, Yes, yes. I feel way better now after resting. Thank you so much for holding my bag. He replied, flatteringly, Oh, huh. You must have been really nervous. So, want to walk home together? We can talk about today's reflection meeting on the way. Blushing, she said, Yes. As they walked home together, he said, Today was a success, don't you think? He continued, At first, I wasn't sure how it would go, but you were able to talk to him just fine. She replied, Yeah, I guess, but once Koreha showed up, I couldn't get another word out. The main character was a bit anxious about it. She said, I can barely talk to anyone, but when there are 3 or more people, I can't say anything. I just pause in between. He replied, I understand. It's like you can't find the right moment to join the conversation, isn't it? She said, Exactly. Then I get flustered, interrupt at the wrong time, and make things awkward. It seemed both had gone through similar experiences, and he could understand her. She said, Haha, I know what you mean. She thought to herself, Next goal is to walk with 4 people. That might be a good idea. She pointed at something, saying, Well then, I'm going to do some shopping at the supermarket over there. The main character thought, Supermarket? She replied, Actually, I live alone right now. As she got something out of her bag, she said, It's sales day, so I was thinking of buying dinner there today. The main character thought, Living alone in high school? That's quite unusual. He said, Is that so? Well, see you tomorrow then. She was trembling, rustling in her bag, saying, What should I do? I forgot my reusable bag. The main character said, Oh, right, you have to buy a plastic bag and pay for it. She said, But more importantly, I'd be directly in front of the cashier, and he'd ask if I need a bag or something. The main character realized, Oh, so that's what you're worried about. In that case, can't you just nod yes? She replied, Magi, you're too naive. They'll also ask what size. The main character thought about something as lightning crackled behind them, and raindrops appeared. He thought, Thunder? It looks like rainfall is starting. Both got splattered by the rain, now under heavy rainfall. Yusuba took out her headphones and hid them under her shirt, thinking she couldn't let them get wet. The main character was speechless and said, Let's take shelter from the rain. There's an arcade over there, right? She said, Yes. They ran toward the arcade and stood outside it. The main character, drenched, said, Oh man, we're soaked. The rain was at its peak. He looked at Yusuba, thinking, This is bad. I hope it stops raining soon. He noticed her dress was drenched, and her transparent body could be seen. She was trying to put her headphones away, not noticing her state. He looked at her, and she called out, What's wrong? He said, No, sorry, it's nothing. He thought, Things don't look good. Let's move a bit further from here. She couldn't understand and followed, saying, Hey, where are you going? You'll get wet. She grabbed his hand, saying, Come closer this way, and squeezed it. He noticed her chest pressing against him and felt dizzy. Covering his eyes, he screamed, No, really, I'm fine. She couldn't understand, but looking at her clothes, she realized everything. He said, I know it's wet, but let me give you my jacket, Yusuba. She didn't realize her own charm and said, Thank you. The main character said, I always wear a big cardigan to hide, anyway. A car passing by stopped, and someone called the main character's name. It was his sister, teasing, "Are you bringing a girl home? What's going on here?" He called out, "Sis." Yusuba, seeing his sister for the first time, poked him, and his sister said, "Geez, if you have a girlfriend, you should introduce her to me right away." The main character thought, "This is getting complicated." Yusuba shivered and sneezed in front of them. They were stunned as his sister said, "Oh dear, sorry, I'm feeling a bit chilly." "Fuku, where does this girl live?" He replied, "Joji? That's 4 stations away. That's too far." He thought, "It'll take over 30 minutes for her to get home. She'll catch a cold like that." His sister said, "Why don't you come to our place? I'll lend you some clothes to change into." Both were speechless. She continued, "Haha, don't worry about it. In fact, I have so many questions for you, but that would be too much trouble." She called them to hurry and get in the car. Yusuba, heart racing, said, "Well then, I'll take you up on your offer, Magi." The main character thought, "No way, a girl is coming to my house. The first major event of my life is happening like this." At his home, with clothes drying on the rack, someone was making a call. The main character, sitting on the sofa, thought, "I can't believe a girl is coming to my house. I hope she doesn't catch a cold. That's right, I think I have some kudzu root tea in stock." As the bathroom door opened, Yusuba said, "Thank you so much for the use of the shower." She wore oversized clothes. Seeing her, he replied, "You're welcome." He thought, "This is her bare face, right? Her eyelashes are so long, her skin's so smooth. She's as beautiful as Kureha, isn't she?" She said, "Being stared at like that is quite embarrassing, you know." He apologized. "Would you like some barley tea? I prepared some kudzu root tea just in case you catch a cold." She said, "Thank you, I appreciate it." His sister called out, "Oh, yes, you went out of your way to buy underwear for me too. Thank you very much." "No, not at all. The t-shirt is mine." "Did it fit okay?" his sister asked. Yusuba said yes. His sister looked at her chest, saying, "It might be a few sizes bigger for me, you know." The main character was embarrassed, while Yusuba didn't understand. His sister handed him a flyer with pizza on it, saying, "Here, Fuku-chan, thank you. I heard you were planning to buy dinner at the supermarket. Your uniform will take a while to dry, so I thought we might as well order takeout for everyone." He replied, "Don't worry about it. My sister is busy, so we order takeout a lot." She asked, "What do you like to eat?" Yusuba was hesitant and flustered, looking at the flyer and pointing. "I'll take you up on the offer. This margarita pizza." He said, "Oh, we got a lot of toppings to that." "Sure. And for sides, maybe some fried chicken too? Anything else you want to eat? Don't worry about the money." Yusuba said, "I can pay as well." Hearing this, his sister burst out laughing. "Huh, you didn't choose the cheapest one out of the 4, Fuku-chan. I can't take money from someone the same age as you, you know." Yusuba was hesitant, then said, "Then an apple pie. How about it? Desserts sound good." His sister replied, "Yes, I have a sweet tooth too." The main character thought, "Somehow, this feels like family. It's been a while." They said "Itsuda kamasu" and started gobbling up the food. Yusuba took a bite and said, "It's delicious," munching on it. The main character looked at her and thought, "It's okay. You don't look like a squirrel today." She replied, "That just happened yesterday, you know, so I'm being careful about it." "See?" She laughed. "That's right. We haven't introduced ourselves yet," his sister said. They looked at her as she said, "I'm Fukusku's sister, Imiko. Nice to meet you. Like my brother, I have an auspicious name, right?" She laughed. Yusuba said, "Yes, nice to meet you. I'm Usuba Amari. I have an auspicious name, I'm sorry." Imiko said, "Not at all. They say Amari brings fortune, just like exercise brings fortune." Both laughed, while the main character said, "Don't act all proud of yourself, sister." She replied, "So, anyway, what's the relationship between you two?" Both were hesitant as she asked, "So, are you two dating?" "I am curious. Is Amari-chan Fuku-chan's girlfriend?" Yusuba fumbled with her fingers, flustered, shaking. The main character was speechless, saying, "Come on, sis, we're just friends." His sister said, "Oh, I see. Is that so?" "So, not at the girlfriend stage yet." Yusuba couldn't understand. Emiko continued. To Amari-chan, Fuku-chan is a boyfriend candidate. You see, boyfriend and girlfriend have a sweet, special nuance, different from just friends or lovers. The main character said to Yusuba, you can ignore her. She has an old-fashioned way of thinking. But Emiko said, hey, that's rude. I was born in this era too, you know. Yusuba started laughing, and Emiko made a grumpy look. Yusuba said, sorry, it was just so funny. But girlfriend? That doesn't sound bad. It sounds nice. Emiko looked at the main character and smiled. After eating, they packed up the pizza boxes. The main character thanked Yusuba as she finished washing the dishes. She replied, let me do at least this much. Your sister is truly an interesting person. That's definitely true, he said. Yusuba looked at a basketball picture, and he said, oh, that's a basketball player. His name is Spudweb. She asked, is that man famous? He replied, probably. I don't know much about him. He was a player before I was born. She looked confused. He said, my late father really liked him. He was about 170 centimeters tall, won the dunk contest, and played in the world's top league where Michael Jordan and others played. Wow, 170 centimeters? Can someone that height really dunk? Even you, who's 184 centimeters, can't do it perfectly, she said. Normally, it's impossible, he replied. He had a famous catchphrase, jump high if you were small. I heard that from my father and thought it was cool. I played basketball because I admired him so much. I just wanted to be like him, you know? She looked at him and said, then, Magi, you were inspired by this person, weren't you? Her words almost brought tears to his eyes as he said, yeah, I don't play basketball anymore, but it's okay to talk about it, you know? She nodded willingly. I think you're fine, just as you are, you know. He replied, yes, I guess. Blushing and trembling, she said, if you don't mind, can we exchange lines with me? Meaning a social media app or phone number. He was surprised, his flustered expression evident, and said, of course, I'm okay with it if you are. They brought their phones closer. She asked, sorry, but how do we exchange lines? The QR code. How do you bring that up? Do you know how? She added, I've only done it with you, Chan. Both were speechless, unsure what to do. They finished their homework, and his sister returned after bringing Amari-chan home safely. He thanked her. In the end, they relied on his sister to exchange lines. She teased, a girlfriend for Fuku-chan? How lovely. He said, please don't tease me. The doorbell rang again. His sister said, oh dear. The main character was texting Yusuba, who asked if the messages were going properly. His sister said, is it Yusuba-chan? Yeah, I was just checking if it was sent. She kept teasing as he put the phone down, saying, what? I'm just doing my homework now, so don't bother me. As he continued his homework, he glanced at his phone, trying not to pick it up, but when a message came, he grabbed it quickly. Seeing him smile, his sister thought, to be young again, it's so cute. He said, wow, seeing something. His sister rushed over, saying, what? Wait, what did she send? He said, no way. You're invading my privacy. She replied, it's fine, isn't it? He said, if I say no, then it's a no. That's how the evening went. On the other side, Yusuba was sending messages, tapping as she thought. It's too embarrassing to delete. Too much like someone else's business. She sighed, I don't know what to say. I can't believe I'm lining with a boy, and it's with Fukusu. She thought, for now, should I just delete the love? Oh, I'm calling him Fukusuku. Too familiar. Just delete. If someone likes me says cool, wouldn't that be weird? Her phone vibrated and almost fell into the tub. It was her best friend, Yu-chan, saying school's over. Hey, when did you become friends with Fukusuku? Tell me, Amari. She thought, that's right. I still haven't explained what happened the other day. She said, sorry for the delay in telling you. Magi-kun saved me from molester. Yu-chan was tense. Are you okay? Yusuba replied, yes, thanks to Magi. We were able to avoid any fuss. That's how we became friends. Yu-chan said, I see. There's a lot there. It's just a fragile connection for now, but I want to tell him properly that I've known Fukusu, not Fujisaka-kun, for a long time. I've always been watching Fukusuku. She continued, I want to tell him that, but to talk about it, I have to talk about my past, which is very scary for me. She sent a message. I'll talk to you. I'm going to talk to Fukusuku and tell him about what happened back then. I just need to think about the setting. She thought, Yu-chan is amazing. Since that time, Yu-chan has changed and moved forward. She has the courage to face him and confront the past. Something happened in their past that we haven't caught the context of yet. Now, in the present, she thought, have I changed at all since then? Have I been able to be a little braver than before? If things stay like this, no? She typed to Magi, you were so cool when you talked about basketball earlier. She sent it in a rush of stress, then regretted it, thinking, oh, I sent it. If Fukusuka thinks it's weird, if he's put off, I can't. I'm too scared to look at this screen. She got a reply and glanced at it. The main character wrote, yes, today's dinner was really fun. My sister is often away, so I usually eat alone. Let's eat together again. She was overjoyed that Fukusuku was giving her attention, tears in her eyes, blushing like crazy, thinking, wow, look at my face. What should I do? My face won't return to normal. Will this face go back to normal by tomorrow? If Fukusuku sees me with this grin, he'll definitely think it's weird. The more I think about it, the tighter my cheeks get. I'm going to melt away. A few days later in class, Fujisaki was there as Kureha and Yusuba approached. The main character's attention was drawn to them in surprise as he asked, what's wrong? Kureha said, winking, ready go Amari-chan. The main character thought, that wink is a habit when she's nervous in front of someone, right? Even if I know, it makes my heart skip a bit. Yusuba said, yes. The main character and Fujisaki couldn't understand. Kureha said to Yusuba again, ready. They presented tickets to Fujisaki and Fukusuku. Kureha said, I got them for my dad. This Sunday, everyone, let's go to the amusement park.